What is up, crypto hackers? Welcome back to another episode here of Hack Crypto, where we hack all of our metaverse education. Now, if you guys are brand new here, I try to cover everything that is blockchain powered project. And if that sounds good to you, slap a like on this video, be subscribed with notification bell on. And in this video, if you're interested in awesome metaverse experiences, stick around to the end for some surprises. Now, in this episode, I'm going to be digging into the top 10 best experiences from Sandbox Alpha Season 3, as well as the top 10 experiences in Decentraland. Now, these are the two most popular open metaverses that are powered by Web3. So I wanted to dive into Alpha Season 3 first. This was the most recent season of Sandbox where they roll out awesome curated experiences. If you are not familiar with the alpha seasons, that is how Sandbox is really rolling out their world. You're able to see a curated group of different experiences that are incredible. They show the functionality, and it's a very smart way to roll it out. Decentraland was the opposite approach. They opened it up fully from the start and decentralized very quickly. It's operated by a DAO, and everything is going through, a community governance operation with their DAO, and it is a different format. A lot of this is a very large scale experiment that everyone is watching closely because you have these different ways of decentralizing and releasing a product to the world. So very different examples of how this was released out on chain as a metaverse. You have different builders in these communities. Luckily enough, I'm the CEO of Sandstorm, the marketplace that connects brands with metaverse builders. So I'm very familiar with the studios that have developed these experiences in both of these worlds. Now, diving into Alpha Season 3 and the list of experiences that I have here, I do want to also mention some of the statistics that were in Alpha Season 3, because that will give you some context here as to the level of volume that Sandbox was seeing and the level of demand that is here for a Web3 metaverse. Now, with 17 million visits so far, that is threefold of what it was in Alpha Season 2. So they've 3x'd the amount of interest in people going into their experiences. And as the person that is operating a marketplace that connects brands with builders, I can personally say that the interest and demand from brands has not slowed down. The budgets have changed quite a bit, but there are a lot of brands that are still coming into this space. Now, there were a bunch of different experiences. They had 98 and 40 hours of play in Alpha Season 3. And this ended back in December. So I am going through this about a month after the fact, but I know a lot of people had the holidays and all that good stuff, so they didn't have a chance to actually dig into the data here, and I wanted to share that. So several brand experiences in the top 10 had 500,000 visits into their experiences. Over 360,000 users were playing and socializing across all of the different experiences. So there's a lot of different parts that go into these different experiences, but the breakdown here is that 2.4 million hours was played, and that is 2x from Season 2, and 20 minutes on average per session, which is a very long time for an individual user to go into an experience or any sort of application. Then we have 85.7 million quests were achieved across 98 experiences. You can do that quick math and figure that out, but that is quite a lot of quests going on. The most popular experiences, and this is starting the list off, The Walking Dead, of course, that one is on there, 400,000 visits. The WMG Land with 330,000 visits, and the Ledger School of Block with 330,000 visits. Avenged Sevenfold by Navia, the studio. I got a chance to meet them in Paris. Really cool experience that they built with Avenged Sevenfold. And there was a lot more really cool experiences. Dame Time, built by MetaVenture Studio, was fantastic. And there were some incredible different experiences with CyberKongs and V Empire, one that Sandstorm builders had a chance to get involved in, a bunch of studios working together to get that one fixed before Alpha Season 3. and that was a fantastic experience to go through. But overall, really powerful way of deploying these experiences in the Alpha Season 3. 11 million sand was distributed and raffled off to holders, but I wanted to continuously go down the list. I mentioned a few of them, but the number one most popular was Avenged Sevenfold. The number two most popular was Rabbids. Number three was Suko's Split Personalities. The Walking Dead was number 4. The World of Women was number 5. Steve Aoki's Playhouse was number 6. Care Bears was number 7. Ledger's School of Block was number 8. WMG Land was number 9. And 9 Chen was number 10. And these are really cool stats, really great figures. I'm excited to see this level of interest coming into Sandbox. And there were so many great partners to see go into this alpha season, and I'm excited for Alpha Season 4. And when you have these really dense Web3 communities like your Moonbirds, your CyberKongs, your CloneX, RumbleKongs, all the incredible brands that have been built from the ground up in Web3, when they go into a virtual experience, those communities are so extreme that they're going to get involved. And I think that Sandbox has done a good job of capitalizing on those communities specifically, better than any other world, where you have Cool Cats, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and everybody just coming together, going into each other's experiences at different communities and collaborating. It just creates a really unique world where everybody's getting this 3D render of profile pictures that they've purchased in the past couple of years. And it just gives a really great visualization to all of that. So awesome communities, really powerful statistics that were released in December. And I'm excited for Alpha Season 4, but now let's shift gears into Decentraland. So there was a lot of controversy that happened in Q4 last year around Decentraland daily active users. And it was because of a CoinDesk article that dropped that basically said there was 30 daily active users. And this became a bit of a meme. I saw it going around in the Decentraland community. And I know that that wasn't the reality of it because I've been involved in the Decentraland community as a partner of the Sandstorm Marketplace. We know that there is a very vibrant community there. I think that there was that article dropped because of some data they found on DApp Radar, and there was just confusion around transactions and stuff like that. But regardless, they dropped it. It created quite a splash in the space because people were like, hey, this is over $1 billion in market cap, but yet there's 30 people using it. What? And it just became this real dramatic thing. And the community spun it into a form of a meme. And there's over 500 daily active users. Now, the value of the world, that is fully speculative based on their token mana that's involved in it. But regardless, there is an active, vibrant community in Decentraland. And I wanted to make sure that people know that. A lot of these worlds that are coming up, like Spatial and Mona and stuff like that, are also nurturing a very vibrant community. But Decentraland has been around very long, just like Sandbox. So they have a very long-standing community of ride or die users. So I wanted to make sure the record was straight there. And that's why I wanted to dig in to some of the most popular experiences there. First and foremost, Sandstorm released their headquarters the month of December. We rolled that out with 10 brands and we had a launch party. It was awesome. We had all these people show up from the community, and people from Sandbox coming into Decentraland was really fun to see. And we're really excited to grow that headquarters out. We're doing streams from there with contests and so on, partnered with the DAO, and it's going to be really fun. So that is, of course, I'm biased, but that is the best experience in Decentraland right now. And next up, we have Golfcraft. This is a really cool project. They came on the Sandstorm stream, got a chance to learn about that and how they're developing that game using some cutting edge tech. It's really cool what they're doing there. The next one is Zed Run. I think that is a really great one. This is from a source here that I'm using, the VR Soldier. I'm using Startup Stash. Then there's, of course, Genesis Plaza. Wondermine, you get 100 free coins per day and can start mining right away. So people go in there and they can actually mine meteors and so on and get involved there. Now, I'm not a big fan of gambling. I don't cover it on the channel whatsoever, but ice poker is one of the most popular places in Decentraland. You know, say what you will about gambling and poker and so on, but a lot of people play it. Next up, we have Sotheby's Experience. This is a really, really cool one. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. The famous auction house is in Decentraland, and it's a very cool experience that they had built out. It has all 5 stories from the one that is based in New Bond Street in London. After Sotheby's, we have Samsung. Samsung is an awesome experience. If you have not experienced that, it's worth checking out and playing around on. Decentraland does have a browser that you can go around and view things, but they also have a desktop client that you can download and interact on your desktop. That is the truly decentralized way, is downloading a desktop client and interacting with it. Last up is Casa Rouston. Now, this is a community-based experience here, and it's one of the most popular, well-liked plots in Decentraland. It is a nightclub. It's a virtual nightclub where people go in, they can hang out, they can party, and I think that this represents a lot of the community. Coolest experiences, I said Golfcraft, Sandstorm experience. You have your Genesis Plaza, you have the ice poker one, if you're into that. You have Zed Run, that is really cool. Sotheby's is very cool. The Samsung experience, I really am gonna play around with a little bit more. And last, but most certainly not least, we have the Casa Rouston. That is it for my overview of Decentraland experiences that I feel like are the top ones and other people have written about as the top ones. And then the Sandbox and their top experiences in Alpha Season 3. There's gonna be some incredible new experiences coming out. Metaverse Fashion Week is gonna span across all the different open worlds. That is it for this video. If you guys like this series of experiences in the metaverse, slap a like on this video, be subscribed with notification bell on, and I will see you here on the next episode of Hack Crypto.